Otherwise, hello, whatever time it is. We're here to do our Vajrasattva purification tonight. And for this evening's session, I'm going to, for the recitation of the mantras, just do the first and last mantra of each session aloud, and then the middle ones we do at our own pace at whatever volume you like, since you'll be muted. You can sing them out loud if you like, or you can do them quietly, whatever you prefer. But let's start tonight with our mantra to increase the power of recitation. So this, according to Lama Zopa Rinpoche, the mantra increases the merit of the Dharma texts and sadhanas you recite. For mantras, it's like having recited the mantra many millions of times. There's so much merit. And so this is in the chat box if you need to see it. TAYATHA Om Dare Dare BENDHARE SVAHA. 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 And then just make sure that your posture is very stable, that your back is straight. Take the time that you need to sort of start your session right, so the whole session feels good. And it's okay if you need to move around a little bit during your session, but you want to try and get your posture as comfortable as possible to start, so it minimizes the distractions and you can really focus on turning inwards. And then we might just be a little bit stressed out, our mind might be a little bit busy from the day. And so let's just start by taking a few nice deep breaths to just let things go. You don't have to be anywhere else right now. Just here now doing this practice. And just relax. And let your breathing return to normal. And what we really want is to have a very focused state that is also not tight. You know, when it's really tight, like we're forcing ourselves to pay attention, forcing ourselves to keep the thoughts away. This is how we get what's called lung, you know, where you get to a point where you get very anxious and very difficult to do your practice. So you need to be in a place where you're very focused, but very relaxed. And we need to set our motivation for the practice. And a very simple way to just check and reset your motivation at any time is to think, may all the actions of my body, speech, and mind only benefit others. May all the actions of my body, speech, and mind only benefit others. May all the actions of my body, speech, and mind only benefit others. And when we think about others and wanting to benefit them, if we're going to have a bodhicitta motivation, we have to start with the view of equanimity, seeing all sentient beings as equal. And it doesn't matter what physical form they have in this particular life. Doesn't matter how they treat us, how they look. Doesn't matter whether we know them or not. And when we've analyzed the Four Noble Truths and really know about the nature of suffering, then we know that all sentient beings suffer from physical and mental suffering. And they all just want happiness. Just like us, no difference. And so we really generate this wish that may all sentient beings be free of suffering and have happiness. And the special intention that I myself am going to lead every sentient being to that state. But how am I going to do that? I can barely get through the day on my own as it is. I see so many people who need help, and yet I can't help them. And this is where we rely on the Buddha, the Buddha's teachings, our spiritual friends. We know that to end all suffering, we must get out of samsara and attain Buddhahood if we want to benefit all sentient beings. And so this is our wish. May I become a Buddha so that I can lead all sentient beings to that enlightened state. And in order to do that, we must purify. And we do this relying on Guru Vajrasattva, and by applying the four opponent powers. And we start with the power of regret. So thinking about any actions of your body, speech, and mind, particularly starting with anything recent within the past day, anything very specific. The more specific, the better. We really have to admit our faults if we want to change them. If we've seen any anger in our mind, any arrogance, any ignorance, jealousy, doubt, if we've done any actions based on these negative states of mind, especially said things that were unskillful, or harmed anyone with our body, including just stepping on a tiny ant. And we regret that from not only recently, but any negative actions from this life and any negative actions from all past lives, countless infinite past lives. And we turn to Guru Vajrasattva, visualizing Vajrasattva above the crown of your head, seated on a blissful white lotus, moon disk, body of white light. The right hand holding a Vajra, the left hand a bell, arms crossed in the mudra of Vajradhara. wearing ornaments and silks, a sweet smiling face, and everything is in the nature of light. His hair black, held up in a top knot. Sweetly smiling face. Every atom of Vajrasattva is full of perfect compassion and perfect wisdom. And we say a prayer of refuge. To the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha, I go for refuge until I am enlightened. By the practice of meditating on Guru Vajrasattva, may I reach Buddhahood so as to benefit all sentient beings. To the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha, I go for refuge until I am enlightened. By this practice of meditating on Guru Vajrasattva, may I reach Buddhahood so as to benefit all sentient beings. To the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha, I go for refuge until I am enlightened. By this practice of meditating on Guru Vajrasattva, may I reach Buddhahood so as to benefit all sentient beings. And thinking about how whenever we harm someone, we're planting seeds for future suffering, both for that person and for ourselves. We create the causes that they're going to harm us in the future, and we'll harm them back. And it just is this cycle unless we break it. We must get out of this cycle of samsara. And so then we do the process of purification, relying on Guru Vajrasattva, but we have to do the effort. We have to do the work. And it begins with the purification of body. Guru Vajrasattva very compassionately sends a powerful white beam of nectar, blissful, shooting from his heart, arcing around and entering into your crown, filling your body and pushing down a black inky liquid that comes out of your lower orifices of the body. And it's all the harm you've ever done to any living being with your body. And that's being completely purified as we say the mantra. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dena Patita Dida Mebawa Sutashaya Mebawa Suposhaya Mebawa Anurakti Mebawa Sarvasiddhi Member Sarva Karma Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kuduhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sarvatata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabaha Maha Samaya Sattva Ahum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dena Patita Supagaya Samaya Manipalaya Vajrasattva Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manipalaya Om Vajrasattva Samaya Sarvasiddhi Member Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dena Patita Dida Mebawa Sutashaya Mebawa Suposhaya Mebawa Anurati Mebawa Sarvasiddhi Member Yatsa Sarva Karma Sutame Tsitam Shriyam Kuduhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sarvatata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabaha Maha Samaya Sattva Ahum Pe. Be delighted that all the harm you have ever done with your body is now completely purified, and there is no way you could do anything but benefit others with your body now. And then we purify our speech. So Guru Vajrasattva, again, very happily sends powerful nectar, blissful, white from his heart chakra that arcs around and forcefully enters your crown, filling your entire body, this time pushing up the black inky liquid, which is the negative actions of your speech, which overflows out of the top of your body, disappears into space as if it had never been there. And this is purifying any negative actions of speech. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Denu Patita Didam Mebawa Sitashaya Mebawa Supushaya Mebawa Anurati Mebawa Sarvasiddhi Membriyatsa Sarvakama Sitsame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sarvatata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabaha Mahasamaya Sapa Ahum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Sarvakama Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manipalaya Vajrasattva Sarvasiddhi Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manipalaya Vajrasattva Sarvasiddhi Om Vajrasattva Samaya Sarvasiddhi Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manipalaya Sarvasiddhi Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manipalaya Vajrasattva Dena Patita Dida Mebawa Sitashaya Mebawa Sipushaya Mebawa Anurati Mebawa Sarvasiddhi Membriyatsa Sarvakama Sitsame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sarvadata Gata Vajrame Mutsu Vajrabaha Mahasamaya Sapa Ahum Pe. And think that all your negativities of speech are now completely purified. There's nothing that you can do with your speech except to benefit others. And now we purify our mind. This time, Guru Vajrasattva now very compassionately sends powerful beams of laser light from his heart chakra, which arc around and enter your crown chakra, filling your entire being. When it reaches your heart chakra, the darkness of negativity of your mind, all the attachment, all the anger, all the ignorance, completely purified. Your body is instantly filled with light, dispelling all the darkness. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manipalaya Vajrasattva Denu Patita Dida Mebawa Sitashaya Mebawa Supashaya Mebawa Anurati Mebawa Sarvasiddhi Membriyatsa Sarvakarma Sitsame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sarvatata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabaha Mahasamaya Sapa Ahum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manipalaya Vajrasattva Om Vajrasattva Samaya Sapashaya Mebo. Dream Kurum. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manapalaya Vajrasattva Anarati Mebo. Savasiti. Om Vajrasattva Mebo. Anarati Mebo. Savasiti. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manapalaya Vajrasattva Mebo. Anarati Mebo. Savasiti. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Tena Patita Dida Mebawa Sutashaya Mebawa Supashaya Mebawa Anarati Mebawa Sarvasiti Membriyatsu Sarvakama Sitame Sitam Shriyam Kuduhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sarvadada Gada Vajramami Mutsu Vajrabaha Maha Samaya Sapa Ahum Pe. Think now your mind is completely purified. So there is only love, compassion, and wisdom. And then we purify even the most subtle tendencies, the obscurations to omniscience. Just like we flushed the poo of our negative karma down the toilet, but there's still a smell. We have these very subtle tendencies that are still left. And we've got to purify those as well. So Guru Vajrasattva, again, very compassionately sends a powerful beam of white light from his heart chakra, which arcs around, enters the crown of your head, immediately illuminating your entire body, just like flipping on the light switch in a dark room. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manipalaya Vajrasattva Dena Patita Dida Mebawa Sitashaya Mebawa Sipushaya Mebawa Anadati Mebawa Sarvasiti Memprayatsa Sarvakarma Sitame Sitam Shriyam Kuduhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sarvatata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabaha Maha Samaya Sapa Ahum Pe. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manipalaya Vajrasattva Dena Patita Dida Mebawa Sitashaya Mebawa. Sarvasiti. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manipalaya Vajrasattva Dena Patita Dida Mebawa. Om Vajrasattva Samaya. Om Vajrasattva Samaya. Om Vajrasattva Samaya. Anadati Mebawa Sarvasiti. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manipalaya Vajrasattva Dena Patita Dida Mebawa Sutashaya Mebawa Supashaya Mebawa Anurati me bawa sarvasiti memprayatsa sarvakamasitame sitim shriyam kuruhum ha 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 ho Bhagavan sarvatara gata vajramame mitsa vajrabaha maha samaya sapa ahum pe. And be so delighted that even the most subtle obscurations, tendencies are now completely purified. And so now we need the final of the four powers, the power of resolve, because we must have this strong resolve in order to break the habits. It's a critical piece. And so for anything specific that you're working on, set a very reasonable goal that you're feeling confident you can keep. Even if it's, I won't get angry for 5 minutes or an hour or till I wake up in the morning or whatever it is you're working on. And one of the reasons we keep repeating this purification process is so that if we don't keep our resolve, we immediately purify it. But if we do keep our resolve, then we can rejoice and continue to keep setting the resolve over and over until it becomes a secure, stable new habit. And then we also need to have a general resolve not to do any negative actions. So that our mind is focused on practicing virtue, at the very least, refraining from harming others, whenever possible, helping others. And Guru Vajrasattva is so delighted with you, wanting to merge with you. He melts into white light and absorbs into you through your crown. Think my Guru's body, speech, and mind, Vajrasattva's body, speech, and mind, my own body, speech, and mind are now in union oneness. Meditate on the emptiness of the three circles. In emptiness, there is no I, the creator of negative karma. There is no action of creating negative karma. There is no negative karma created. Even just for a few moments, placing your mind on this emptiness of inherent existence of all phenomenon. And finally, we dedicate all the merit, this positive energy created by doing this purification practice, to all living beings by thinking, may all the virtuous karma I have created from doing this practice ripen as my enlightenment for the sake of sentient beings as quickly as possible. As a result of the 3 times merits of myself and others, may bodhicitta, from which the happiness of all sentient beings comes, be generated in the minds of self and other sentient beings without delay, even for 1 second. And that which has been generated, may it increase. As a result of the 3 times merits of myself and others, may emptiness be generated in the minds of self and other sentient beings without delay, even for 1 second. And that which has been generated, may it increase. As a result of the 3 times merits of myself and others, may I, who am empty from my own side, achieve Guru Shakyamuni Buddha's enlightenment, which is empty from its own side, and lead all sentient beings who are empty from their own side to that enlightenment, which is empty from its own side, as quickly as possible by myself alone. We also dedicate for the long lives of our precious teachers, especially His Holiness the Dalai Lama, Kyabje Lama Zopa Rinpoche, all of our gurus, all of our teachers, Geshe Sherab. May they all have long lives, continue to teach us and lead us all the way to enlightenment so we can lead all sentient beings to enlightenment as quickly as possible.
Thank you so much. That was so beautiful. Thank you so much, Chöying.